He's hurt, fellas. Fury back up. Final seconds.
Put your hands up. Put your hands up. Give me a go.
That's the end of the round. He's hurt, fellas. Fury back up. Final seconds.
Put your hands up. Put your hands up. Give me a go.
That's the end of the round.
What's good, family? So smash that like button, subscribe and lick off the bell. We got some leaked information coming to your man's screens right now. It's quite interesting, and I've got, you know the YB. I always tell you, man, when I'm wrong, when I'm provably wrong, my hands go straight in the air and I admit I was wrong. And that's going to be one of these ones today, because what do we know? I posted a video immediately after the fight. I leaked a video, one of the first mans on the internet to have it, of Tyson Fury having an alleged long count. And that long count video showed the referee count to 5, at which point Deontay Wilder had moved into the wrong corner. The referee spends about 4 or 5 seconds directing Wilder to go back to the corner where he was told to go in the first place, at which point the referee picks up the count and moves on to number 6. All in all, Fury ends up getting about a 15-second count. Now, me myself, I made a video saying nothing to do with Fury, not Fury's fault, but it was a long count. And I think there should be more. I think the man outside the ring, the countdown Don, he should have been on point more or whatever. I think there should be something. I was basically saying it was a long count and there should be something done about it in the future. Some goal line technology would be needed, or could be used rather, so that there's less discrepancy, to make sure that counts are more uniform. So that was my position. And today, I'm going to show you, man, how it's wrong. So all the Wilder fans, all the goofies, I wasn't saying it from a Wilder fan's point of view. I was just saying it from an objective, or what I believe to be an objective point of view. As a boxing fan, I couldn't care Wilder or Fury, no one. I think that all counts should be 10 seconds. However, we're now going to learn why what I was saying was wrong. So the first thing, again, no one has been actually looking into this. We've had a load of speculation. No one, not one Wilder fan channel, not no channel to be fair, has brought the actual facts. So I went out of my way and reached out to one of my Commisson dons, and they sent me through a document which shows the actual bottom line, unified Marquis of Queenberry rules, boxing rules, 100%. The Federation boxing rules. So there's no doubt about these rules. And the fact that these rules actually stipulate step by step what can and can't happen specifically to do with this situation was almost perfect. And that's why I'm glad to put my hands in the air and admit I was wrong. Anyway, let's get to the actual evidence here. So we go to the article, World Boxing Federation. Knockdown, knockout and count. And we see point 4. When a boxer is knocked down, the referee shall order the opponent to the farthest neutral corner of the ring and pick up the count from the timekeeper or the official counting for knockdowns. Now, you can actually see when Fury hits the canvas, the referee points clearly to the correct corner Wilder should be in. And Wilder does actually go to that corner. At which point the referee picks up the count from the timekeeper. Now this is quite interesting because many people were telling me, oh YB, there isn't a timekeeper. There isn't someone outside the ring. Yeah, there is someone outside the ring. I knew there was. But either way, in this occasion I was wrong. Because the rules go on to say, should the opponent fail to stay in the corner as directed by the referee. So when the referee points to that corner, all Wilder had to do was stay there. But you can see on the camera, rather than stay there, Wilder ends up walking to the other corner. Which makes no sense. Bear in mind, people, that it's not as if the referee told him to move. If that makes sense. Fair enough. If Wilder had gone to a particular corner and then the referee told him to move, that would make sense. But he hadn't been given any other action. He'd been told, the referee, when Fury went down, the referee pointed to the correct corner. Wilder was there. There was no overaction from the referee, so I'm not sure. God knows what prompted Wilder to start moving. Why move? As a human, if I haven't been given an opposing direction, why did he move for? God knows why. And actually, I looked into potentially why he moved, and I believe why he moved is because this whole event happened, on the second knockdown. Now, the corner Wilder went to in the first knockdown, that's where he was going to, if that makes sense. So it's almost as if he scored a knockdown against Fury, was sent to a particular corner, the second knockdown happens, and in his mind, rather than just following the direction of the referee, he then thought, oh, I'm in the wrong place, and started walking over to the one he'd been previously. Because as we know, there's two neutral corners, and the referee will point you to the furthest one away. Now, obviously, in the first knockdown, the furthest neutral corner was the other one. So, Wilder had a 50-50 chance of getting it right. And the worst thing is, he wasn't told to move. So, sit where you are. You weren't told to move. So, rather than follow the directions, he chose to go based on his faulty logic of, well, I'm going to go to the corner where I was before. Which makes no sense. So in a way, and this is why I have to put my hands in the air and apologise and say I'm sorry or say I'm wrong, because people were blaming the referee and whatnot. Well, I'm sorry, people. People are saying, oh, the referee gave a long count and Fury by the referee. I never said the Fury bought the referee, but I'm saying people, Wilder fangirls were alleging, oh, Fury bought the referee and it's a system. Talking about how the system got Wilder down bad. We now know categorically Wilder himself. If Wilder had stayed in that corner, the count would have carried on. Oops. It's got nothing to do with no one else. Wilder took it upon himself to move. And not one person has definitively outed this. Apart from your man's the YB, as always. He got the leaks. He got the info. No doubt. Yeah? If Wilder had sat himself down, and what people should be focusing on now is asking Wilder what you got people at Aki TV, all these LDBC goofies. Oh man, Wilder had a law. He got done wrong, man. The system, the man got him down. The devil, what I'm saying, all that kind of stuff. What you should be doing is asking Wilder, why did you take it upon yourself to move when you weren't told to go nowhere? There was no impulse. There was no information. There was no new action given to you. So God knows why you just started moving there. Well, obviously, I've explained why he did it, but either way, he was wrong. Oops. You should have read up on the rules. That's what you should have done. And you should have followed instruction, because the referee clearly points, and he didn't point to the corner next to him. And to be honest, as a boxer, you should know. Well, what are the chances that the referee wants me right next to where Fury's gone down, which is the corner? Wilder ends up walking into the corner closest to the action. That make no sense at all. He literally walks by the referee. It's madness. So that's what all these Wilder fangirls should be focusing on. Why your man took it upon himself to move. Anyway, let me finish reading this off. Where was I? Should the opponent fail to stay in the corner as directed by the referee shall stop the count and redirect the boxer to go back to the corner and resume the count at the point that it was interrupted. Which is exactly what happens, people. And I have to again apologise and give credit to the referee, because I was sitting there ranting and raving, referee should be doing it this way. But listen, I can't lie to you. I do believe my way makes more sense. But the bottom line is, people, Fury and Wilder signed a contract, and these are the rules they signed up to. Yeah. Do I think the rules could be done better? I do, but nonetheless, who cares now? It's been signed. Guess what? If Wilder didn't want that rule in place, he should have petitioned it before. He didn't. So he signed up for it. And therefore, he wrong and I was wrong. Bottom line. Yeah? Because it says here, the referee, if you move out of the corner, the referee is liable to stop the count, move your sorry ass back to where he's supposed to be, and then pick it up from where he left off. And the fact that earlier in Article 4, or in Paragraph 4, it makes reference to the timekeeper, it's not like, well, YB, this article doesn't mention anything about the timekeeper, so they clearly know the timekeeper's there and available. So they could have easily said, yeah, the referee will send the fighter back to the right corner and then pick up from the timekeeper. Doesn't mention nothing about picking up from the timekeeper. It says they will resume their count from where they left off. And this referee stopped at 5, redirected Wilder at 5, and picked it all up at 6. So no one's got... The only reason the count took 15 seconds is because of your man's Wilder. That's on him. And as I explained in my video a few days ago, it wouldn't have mattered anyway, because Fury was fully conscious. Yeah, if Fury can make it up from that count in round 12, you best believe you're making it up when he's just sitting there chilling, composing himself. It wasn't this one wasn't even close. Fair enough, yeah. If people want to argue the first fight, so be it. But this one wasn't even close. You man really are desperate. Aki TV, Cookie TV, talking about, oh man, Tyson, Deontay Wilder, he won by knockout. The referee was biased. No, your man's Wilder didn't know the rules. Your man's Wilder. And I think it's quite. I'm glad in a way that it's happened like this, because this proves definitively that it was actually Wilder's fault. Wilder's fault. He didn't score the knockout allegedly. If that makes sense. If you man think it's really a knockout, just put it on your man's Wilder for not getting it, because he was doing God knows what, not listening to instructions and taking it upon himself to follow his own uneducated logic. So he got no one but himself to blame. Bottom line, yeah. And I've done the research. Yeah? My inside dons have sent me the articles through. Yeah, unified Marquis of Queenberry rules. Now what? Oops. You're looking silly as what? Yeah. Let me finish off this paragraph. Anyway, where was it? Yeah. So the referee will redirect the boxer back to the corner and resume the count at the point that it was interrupted. In the event of any knockdown, the timekeeper's count will cease when picked up by the referee, whose count shall prevail and be relied on by the boxers. And there's another key. There's another key statute as well. In the event of any knockdown, the timekeeper's count will cease when picked up by the referee's count, by the referee whose count shall prevail and be relied on by the boxers. So anyway, in any event, people, the timekeeper is only relevant for that first point, for that first period of time. Because, and you can even hear the referee does initially use the timekeeper, because anytime you hear a timekeeper, anytime you hear a referee not start with a number 1, that's because they've picked. So when you hear a referee go 4, 5, that's because he's picked it up from the timekeeper. If that makes sense. And I believe this referee started at 2 or 3 or something. So he'd already used the timekeeper. And therefore, anything after that, it's his call anyway. Which is what it's saying here. The minute the referee picks up, the timekeeper's done. So the don outside the ring's irrelevant. I'm not even sure if he carries on at that point. But either way, it's already been debunked. Anyway, bottom line, Wilder, it's on you. Number 1, you weren't going to get knocked out anyway. But even if you did, you messed it up for yourself. Oops. Yeah. So what these goofies should be doing, rather than putting these fake things out there, if they did a bit of research. Now I understand, to be fair to them, they ain't got the sources the YB's got. Yeah. I've got inside Commisson, man. Sent me the direct articles, no doubt. Obviously, you man, you're low IQ and you're sloppy, so you ain't got them links. But either way, yeah, read up. And that's why them man there need to sign up to the YB's channel and get locked in, because you ain't got the links. If you had the links, you'd know, but you ain't. And that's why you're all stupid looking right now. Yeah, no doubt.